I was just lying in bed and I received a message from a woman I'm seeing, and I noticed myself contract and quickly, like, not look at the message. It was just a heart, so it was very simple and I could see it, but I didn't want to see it, I didn't want to feel it. Something in me wanted to reject it. So I kind of just stopped, and I was doing something on my phone and I continued to do that for a second. I was like, no, I want to see what this is. I want to sit with this. Why is my reaction to push love away? Um, yeah, why am I having trouble receiving this love right now? And I thought it probably has to do with disappointment or resentment. And so I started looking at disappointment and looking at what might be creating that reaction within me. And I noticed that a couple nights ago, she had said she'd be available for a phone call, and then something came up and she wasn't able to be. Something beyond her control. But some part of me had that disappointment and feeling of like that I want to like punish her for that. Um, and then last night, I was kind of having a hard time, and she was busy. She was with someone, and she said, "I will um, check in with you um, throughout the evening." And I kind of felt like that was even hard to receive. Like, no, I don't want to take your time away from who you're present with, but I sort of like leaned into, okay, that actually feels really good to feel like I'll be checked in with. And and then she didn't end up checking in until later than I expected, and so I could feel like that disappointment growing. And um, and by the time she did check in, like I didn't really want to respond, and I kind of had some feelings, and I ended up taking the risk to name the feelings, and she received it pretty well. Um, Normally, I'll just kind of sit with it and not say anything until I'm in a more heart-centered space. But I'm challenging myself to communicate what's happening for me in the moment. So um, I realized as I sat with this disappointment that it's not what I want. It's why would I want to choose disconnection? Why would I want to choose a story of she doesn't care about me, or yeah, I don't matter in some way, I'm not important, I'm being misled? Any of that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me to choose. So I started thinking, what can I focus on that will bring me back to love, that will bring me back to connection with her, with myself? Because really, when we're disconnected from someone else, it's a disconnection within. We're using that person as an excuse to disconnect from love, from source, from ourselves. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to let her um, experience, what am I trying to say? Just the fact that she had other things going on that she needed to be with and attend to impact my opinion of myself or of how she feels about me. So I started looking at what can I appreciate. Maybe I can look at her intention. And so the intention behind these gestures was connection, was I love you, I care about you, I want to be in connection with you, I want to be available. I know you've been struggling a little bit, and I really would like to be there for you. So I started feeling that, like that, the beauty of that. And sometimes life circumstances come up, and that follow through can't always be there in the way that we hope, or we may have an expectation around it. Like I kind of had an expectation of the timing of when I might hear from her, and it was later than I expected, and so I sort of rejected it because it came too late, instead of appreciating the beauty of the gesture of love, of connection. So that sort of momentum took me to just a lot of different things I appreciate about her and our connection. I started feeling really warm inside, and I started feeling like, yeah, why would I want to push this away? Why would I want to choose a disconnecting story? And that just felt really good inside, and that was kind of a turning point internally for me, because from there I went back to the way I was feeling inside, and the part of me that was feeling um, disappointed and frustrated and wanting to reject, looking at that part of me and just sitting with it and having compassion for it and seeing it as my little boy, my inner child that didn't get the attention from his parents that he was wanting, that whose mother left, who just really feeling into the sadness of all the times that he wanted connection and it wasn't available, and he had to go away. He had to let that part of himself not exist to some degree because it was too painful. So it's the path I took was basically from disappointment and rejection into a choice to look at appreciation and intention, and from there self-compassion sort of naturally became my experience. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you to those that are witnessing.